Okay, na? BFM also? Good, yeah, 50, 55. Hmm. Good marks, good marks. Yeah. Very good, yeah. Paper was okay, isn't it? 62. My God. Good. Good marks, yeah. 45 in EVM, 49 in BFM. Okay, not an issue. You can definitely clear it, Mohit, okay? ABM, BFM, yeah. Good, yeah. Thanks, yeah. Thanks. 57. Good, good, good. 54, 52. Too good, yeah. Too good. Very good. Good marks now. See here, 51 in retail. Yeah, definitely. 51 in retail is not a difficult part. Very, very easy. See here in retail, I'll tell you, I bet you that you all guys will score more than 65. All guys, all. You will score more than 65, okay? I can definitely tell you. Definitely. Yeah, yeah. Models will be covered. Sure. Earlier also I had covered this. Now also I'll be covering this. Retail, I think so within how many days are there? 5 days are there. 15 hours, right? Full portion can be covered. We'll cover full portion. Forget these case studies and everything. Case studies will be covered. That's not an issue. But now also I would say all the full portion will be covered. Not an issue. Isn't it? Very easier. Good that you have scored more than 15 ABM BFM because those are the toughest topics. Retail, I'll tell you what you do. How should you approach the paper? Firstly, your experience. That is very important. Experience is very important now. Means whatever you do in the banking, so follow that diligently and go to the paper. Regular banking practices are asked, many of them. Okay, and some additional part. That additional part I'll definitely cover it over here. Okay, chalo, let's start. Yeah. Sure, we'll try to cover the full portion only as much as possible in this, okay? And it's mainly theory, okay? Remember, there are only six case studies roughly, 5 to 6, yeah. That will be covering. Okay, let's study. In the evening, I'll be covering the case studies only. Yeah. There are four broadly defined processes here. First topic is this business process structure. How are the businesses in retail banking? There are four broadly defined process models implemented across the banks. These models are defined based on the technology and customer interface capabilities. So, basically, what are models? Models means how we face the customer. These are basically models. Means models in retail banking means that only. Now, here in retail, you don't have to study anything regarding to CRAR, tougher topics, nothing, nothing. It's very simple life in retail. That's why I'm saying clear it in this sem only, means this December only, because what is happening from May there is no retail. Okay, so if there is no retail means this simple topic is gone then. Okay, so models mean basically how we face the customer. These are based on obviously technology and customer interface. Means how is our technology? Means how to what level is our software, and to what level is the are the models defined in means models defined means the processes defined for the for the bank. Okay, many of the banks, I'll tell you, many of the foreign banks as well as few of the nationalized banks means to be clear, SBI and PNB. I've seen these two banks. Means I'm generally in stock market. That's why I know the details. Yeah, Bank of Baroda also. It has come up hugely. So mainly do these 3 to 4 major nationalized banks and almost all these private banks and foreign banks though definitely there. So these three types of banks have almost here what have they defined? Their targets are like this nowadays for retail banking. Their targets are firstly they say are non-employee interface. Here they divide the income into employee interface and non-employee interface. They say our non-employee income should be as parallel to that of the employee income. Means for which we face the customer, you face the customer and generate the income to the bank. Nowadays the banks are saying the online methods should also generate that income only, that much. HDFC Bank has 87%, no, yeah, 87% of its parallel revenue. Means if it is earning 100 rupees through normal channel, it is earning 87 rupees through other channel. SBI has roughly 60, 45 to 60%. No, not 45. It's a bit lesser because the base is big. But SBI also has a huge interface now. Almost 30% is there, definitely. ICICI Bank, same logic. Citibank, major. They say no customer interference. Okay. So, what are these models basically? These models are horizontally organized, vertically organized, predominantly vertically organized, predominantly horizontally organized. Only here. Now, focus only on CIB. Forget what your bank does, what other banks do, forget it. We are only concerned with 50 marks, right? For CIB. Or not even 50, I would say we are concerned with 60 marks for CIB. Okay, for retail now. Our target for this retail will be not 50 marks, but will be 60 marks, everyone's. Keep it in mind. You all guys have your scoring marks, means your passing marks are, remember, they are 60, not 50. Okay, everyone remember this. So that once you target minimum 60, then you'll definitely get all the remaining things. Okay, your scoring marks, passing marks are 60, not 50. Okay, the four broad categories are horizontally organized, vertically organized, predominantly vertically organized, and predominantly horizontally organized. Horizontally organized model is modular structure using different process models for different products, or products offering end-to-end solution product wise. So horizontally organized means what? Generally what we follow in our bank. Okay, in your bank, you tell me one thing, everyone, what I'll ask you, suppose if you are in the clearing department, right? Many of you might be in the clearing, somebody might be in the cash, somebody might be in some other loans, right? I'll just ask you one question and that will answer your own logic. Do you ever discuss the customer names, or give the customer names to the other department? Means, have you taken down the customer names someday, that these are my clearing names, and these clearing names you loan guys take it, so these loan guys will share some customers with you, like this? Does it happen in your banks? Because that is the basic rule nowadays. Okay, in many of the banks, that's what I said, nationalized banks have geared up nowadays. Since almost 2010, nationalized banks have geared up heavily. If you see presently what the nationalized banks are doing, they are eating up the base of the private banks. And I'll definitely tell you, the day nationalized banks gear up, the private banks won't have any existence, to be frank. It won't have. Why? Because the base of nationalized banks is huge. Only the problem is there are many, I would, to be frank, means I'm very rude in some aspects, but there are many older generations living in your organizations, older generations, 50s. They don't allow the new generation to work as per their own methods. Suppose in your bank only, if you say we should acquire 5 customers, we should acquire these customers, we should acquire that customers. Nowadays, all the BMs are young, means not all, generally, because the BMs are kept directly brought it from these examinations, right, which we do. So what happens? The older generations over here in the middle level, these generations don't allow you to work in the these other models. Horizontally organized models was the basic model in the nationalized banks throughout the years since 19 whenever the bank started. Okay, so throughout the time, this horizontally organized model was used. Means what happens? This clearing doesn't talk to this cash. Cash doesn't talk to this loans. Loans doesn't talk to anyone. Means they talk, doesn't talk means what? It doesn't mean you don't talk to each other. We talk to each other, but we don't talk in the business sense. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So Horizontally organized model is a modular structure using different process models for different products. Here, every product is different. I'll show you the image also. Vertically organized models provides functionality across the products with customer base orientation, and centralized customer database is used across the products. So, say this. Now, look at the stages which your bank is passing. Huh? Earlier, I would say 5, 10 years back, you were all horizontally organized. Horizontally organized means your one department didn't speak to other. Means that was a general history.